people. And today is no different. And what is really, we are
Oh,
truly, can you hear me okay?
yep.
Okay. We are in a space right now where the world is doing a whole lot of things. Good morning.
Unmute yourself.
Oh, okay. I mute.
Oh,
Can you hear me
all right.
now? Can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. The world is doing such crazy things. And each person that is in this group, each person that is in the room, each person that is in earshot of my voice,
Mm.
we are standing in a place and time where we can be, do, or have anything we want. And the only thing that is stopping most of us is our belief system.
Mm.
Our belief system is in the way. And the question that we have to ask ourselves is everything that you have been told, is everything that you believe, is it really true? Is it true? The truth is an unchangeable part of me. Is it true? Is it true or is it real? And both answers is yes and no. It is true if you believe it to be true. It's not true if you believe it isn't true. The glass is both half full and half empty, depending on how you look at it. There are literally billions of thoughts that we can choose to think. And many of us have chosen to think like our parents thought. Those are the way our parents thought. But we don't have to continue to do it. We don't have to continue to think like they thought. There's no law written saying that we can only think in one way. Whatever I choose to believe comes true for me. Whatever I choose to believe becomes true. Whatever you believe can it becomes true for you. And our thoughts can be totally different. Our lives and experiences are totally different. So examine your thoughts. Whatever we believe becomes true for us. If you have a sudden financial disaster, then on some level you may believe that you are unworthy of being comfortable with money.
Mm.
Or you may believe in burdens and debt. Or if you believe nothing good lasts, maybe you believe that life is out to get you. Or what they say, I just can't win. I just can't win. If you seem unable to attract the relationship that you want, you may believe that nobody loves me. Your belief. Maybe you just don't. There just seems to be so many outer circumstances happening, and you just tell yourself, "Up, well, that's just the way the cookie crumbles." Until somebody can show you the connection between your outer experiences and your inner thoughts.
Mm.
Because when you allow your inner thoughts to create your outer, sometimes you become a victim of life because of what's happening in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in this moment, we have to be so mindful of what's happening in here because you're letting everything that's in here affect out here.
Mm.
Because you don't get what you want, you get what you believe. We've been told that so many times. If it's a financial disaster, I am not worthy of having money. If you don't have no friends, nobody loves me. If you have problems at work, I'm not good enough. Always pleasing others, I never get my way. Whatever the problem is, it comes from a thought pattern. And thought patterns can be changed.
Mm.
It can be changed. It may feel true, it may seem true. All the problems that we're wrestling and juggling with in our lives, no matter how difficult the issue that we're dealing with, is only an outer result of what is happening with your inner thought pattern. If you don't know what thoughts are creating your problems, you're in the right place.
Mm.
Look at what you're calling problems in your life right now. Ask yourself, what kind of thoughts am I having that may have created this? If you allow yourself to sit quietly and ask that question, your inner intelligence will show you the answer. Is it only a belief that you learned as a child? Some of the things we believe are positive and nourishing, and then some thoughts will serve us well in our lives, like look both ways before you cross the street. That serves you well, right? You're not just walking out in the street. But other thoughts are useful at the beginning, but as we grow older, we need to adjust them because they're no longer appropriate. Like, don't trust strangers. That may be good for a small child, but as an adult, to continue with this belief will only create isolation and loneliness. If you believe don't trust strangers, if we believe don't trust strangers, we wouldn't even be on this call. We wouldn't even be here. Don't trust strangers. You would never be married, never have a boyfriend, never have kids. Don't, because everybody that you're with at one point in your life was a stranger. So that is not appropriate to say don't trust strangers or don't talk to strangers. How will you ever get to the places in life that you're looking to get to? Why do we so seldom sit down and ask ourselves, is this really true? Why do I believe the things like it's difficult for me to learn, or I can't make enough money, or I can't be like Mr. Satchel? A better question to ask is it true for me now? Where
Mm-hmm.
did this belief come from? Do I still believe it because a first grade teacher told me that over and over? Would I be better off if I just dropped that belief? Beliefs like boys don't cry and girls don't climb trees create men who hide their feelings and women who are afraid to be physical. Beliefs like boys don't cry and girls don't climb trees create men who hide their feelings. That's true. That must have been a moment for reiteration. Say that again. Just say it again. And so it's so important to ask yourself that. So many men are learning it's okay to cry. And women are learning it's okay to climb a tree if you want to, or whatever else you want to do. There are no rules. And so if we're taught as a child that the world is a frightening place, then everything we hear that fits that belief we'll accept as true. The same is true. Well, that same thing of hearing that the world is a frightful place will keep you from not talking to strangers, not going out at night, or the belief that everybody's out to get you, everybody's out to cheat you. But on the other hand, if we were taught early in life that the world is a safe place, then we will hold other beliefs that we could easily accept, that love is everywhere, people are so friendly, and I always have whatever I need. If you were taught as a child that everything is all your fault, then you'll walk around always feeling guilty no matter what happens. Your belief turns into someone who's always saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have y'all met these people? I've met these people where their whole conversation, the whole time, they're saying, I'm sorry. I'm like, sorry for what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I came too close. I'm sorry this. I'm sorry. I'm like, if you don't,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Will you stop? If you learned as a child that you don't count, then this belief will keep you at the end of the line, wherever you are. Like in the preacher's family, where um, we always take care of the church, and we always take care of the people in the church. You'll feel you're invisible, and other people just don't notice you. If your childhood circumstances taught you to believe that nobody loves you, then you are sure to be lonely. Even when you bring a friend or relationship into your life, it will be short lived because you really believe that nobody loves you. Did your family teach you that there's not enough?
Mm.
I'm sure you often feel as though the cupboard is bare. You find that there's just barely enough to get by, or you're always in debt. If you're brought up in a household where you believed everything was wrong and can only get worse, guess what? It will only get worse. There's a story about a man who was brought up in a household like that, that everything is wrong and it can only get worse. And he liked to play tennis. And so he played tennis really well. And then he hurt his knee. He went to every doctor, and all he could find is that the doctors kept telling him that it's only going to get worse. So finally he couldn't play. How about the preacher's son, that as a child he was taught that everybody comes first? The preacher's family always came last. And today, this person is wonderful at helping other people, but is usually in debt, has little money, because his belief still makes him last in line. Because that's what we are taught. Good morning. So if you believe it, it seems true. How often have we said, oh, that's just the way I am? Well, that's just the way it is.
Mm.
Those words really are saying that we believe whatever it is to be true for you. What we believe is usually someone else's opinion we've incorporated into our own belief system. And it fits right into where everything else is that we believe. Are you one of the people who get up in the morning, see that it's raining, and say, oh my God, it's going to be a terrible day? It's not a lousy day. It really is just a wet day. And if you wear the appropriate clothing and change your attitude, you
Mm.
can have a lot of rainy day fun. It's really our belief that rainy days are lousy. If you and that makes us greet the rain with a sinking heart.
Mhm.
Man, listen, you better turn on some music and get as much light as coming through those clouds and have yourself a good old day. Because it's going to be some weeks where it's going to be a lot of rain. This week in Atlanta, we got 5 days of rain coming because something going on in the tropical, whatever. So 5 days of rain. I said, I'm moving to LA. They have 10 days of sunshine. I need to go to LA, be on the other side. But you just have to find your own sunshine. Be your own sunshine and be your own light. Don't fight the day, rather flow with the day
Mm.
and whatever is happening in the moment. Flow with the rain, flow with whatever. Put your rain boots on and go out there and jump in some puddles. Take a picture of it and send it to me. If you want a joyous life, you have to think joyous thoughts. If you want a prosperous life, you have to think prosperous thoughts. If you want a loving life, you have to think loving thoughts. Whatever we send out mentally or verbally will come back to us in form. Your thoughts become things. People can say that it don't, or if you listen, I tell people all the time, you could believe in the law of attraction or not, doesn't mean it ain't working. Just because you believe, don't believe, don't mean that it's not working. It's just you believing in all the wrong stuff, and that's exactly what you're getting. Life is
Mhm.
terrible. This is bad. My past was bad. My future gonna be bad. And the more you say it, the more you gonna get it. What they say: if you
Mhm.
believe you can, you right. You believe you cannot, you're right.
Mhm.
So the thought has to be: every moment is a new beginning.
Mm.
Every moment is a new beginning. The point of power is always the present moment. It's the present, it's not the past. You're never stuck. This is where change takes place. You know, Tony Robbins always says change doesn't happen over time, change happens in an instant. People be like, I'm going to the gym, 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 and they never go to the gym. And then one day they wake up and they go to the gym. They don't say it no more, they just go. Because change happens in an instant, not over time. I'm going to save money, I'm going to save money, I'm going to save money, I'm going to save money. And then you just save money. Like it doesn't happen over time. It is not a plan. It is something that happens in an instant. When you're ready, you do it. Period. Just do it. You are what you think. So think good. That's right, Vern. And so this is where the changes take place right here and right now in your own mind. It doesn't matter how long we've had that negative pattern or an illness or poor relationship or lack of finances or self-hatred. We can begin to make the shift today, right now. Your problem no longer needs to be true for you. Hey. Whatever your problem is, it no longer needs to be the truth for you. It can now fade back into nothingness from whence it came. You can do it. Remember, you're the only person who thinks in your mind. Let me say that again. You're the only person who thinks in your mind. There is no one else in there but you. You are the power and the authority in your world. Your thoughts and beliefs about the past have created this moment that you're in, all moments up to this moment. So, what you're now choosing to believe and think will create the next moment and the next day and the next month and the next year.
Facts.
It's you, darling. We can give each other some of the most marvelous advice. We can tell you so many things, yet you can continue to think the same old thoughts. You can refuse to change and keep all of your problems, but you are the power in your world. You get to have whatever you choose to think.
Whatever.
This moment begins the new process. Each moment is a new beginning, and this moment is a new beginning for you right here, right now. Isn't that so good to know? That this moment is the point of power. This moment is where your change begins. Right now, today. So is it true? Stop for a moment, catch your thought. What are you thinking right now? If it is true that your thoughts shape your life, would you want whatever you were just thinking right now to become true for you? If it's a thought of worry or anger or hurt or revenge or fear, how do you think this thought will come back to you? Close your mouth, Deidre. I don't know what she's thinking, but it's all over her face.
It's written.
Yes, okay. It's not always easy to catch our thoughts because they move so swiftly. However, we can begin right now to watch and listen to what we say. And if you hear yourself expressing negative words of any sort, stop it. Either rephrase the sentence or just drop it. Or you can even say to it, out of here, out. Get out of my thoughts, get out of my brain. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not thinking that. Imagine yourself in a line at the cafeteria or maybe at a buffet in a luxurious hotel where instead of dishes of food, there are dishes of thoughts. And you get to choose any or all of the thoughts you wish. These thoughts will create your future experiences. Now, if you choose thoughts that will create problems and pain, that's kind of foolish, right? It's like choosing food that always makes you sick. You may do it once or twice, but as soon as you learn which foods upset your body, we stay away from them. And it's the same with thoughts. So let's stay away from thoughts that create problems and pain. It's so important for us to, whenever there's a problem, there's not something to do, there's something to know. Our minds are creating these futures. So when we have something in our present that is undesirable, then we must use our minds to change the situation. And we can begin to change it in this very second, right now. How your thoughts work should be the first subject taught in schools. It's so important for us to teach that to the next generation of kids. They would rather not teach them about their thoughts, but teach them when the last battle was won. Why do we want them to remember battle dates versus your thoughts become things? It seems like it's such a waste of mental energy. We could teach them the important subjects like how the mind works, how to handle finances, how to invest money for financial security, how to be a parent, how to create good relationships, how to create and maintain self-esteem and self-worth. Can you imagine a whole generation of adults that would be like they were taught these subjects in school? Yes, whenever there's a problem, there's not something to do, it's something to know. So you have to think about what you don't know that's creating this, or what you are saying to yourself that's creating this. Because what we learned from Abraham Hicks is that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you and from you. So you're creating the life that you are living right now with your thoughts. If you believe these things come up. You believe that you're not capable of love, then you are lonely. If you believe that you're not worthy of money, then you're broke. Like, these are things that are subconsciously there. You don't even know that you're doing it because somebody else told you that. So this generation, yes, somebody said that would be wonderful curriculum. Yes, it would. Think about how these truths would manifest. How we would have happy people who feel good about themselves. We would have people who are comfortable financially, who want to enrich the economy by investing their money wisely. There would be good relationships with everyone, and everyone would be comfortable with the role of parenthood, and then go on to create another generation of children who feel good about themselves. Each person will remain an individual expressing his or her own creativity. There will be no time to waste on crap. So we truly have to continue this work of, is it true or not? The stuff that we believe. And so once you know that maybe you have these patterns, what do I do? How do I make the changes? Decide
to make.
When do I do it? Decide. Oh, you're welcome, Miss. Decide to change. Throwing up your hands in horror at what we might call a mess in our lives and just giving up are ways many people react at this point. Other people get angry at themselves or at life, and they just give up. By giving up, deciding that it's all hopeless and impossible to make changes, so why try? The rest of it goes, just stay the way you are. At least you know how to handle the pain. You don't like it, but it's familiar, and you just hope it won't get any worse. Habitual anger is like sitting in a corner with a dunce cap on. Does that sound familiar? Something happens and you get angry. Something else happens, you get angry again. Something else happens and you get angry again. Something else happens and once again you get angry. but you never go beyond getting angry. What does that do? It's a foolish thing. It's a foolish reaction and a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a refusal to perceive life in a new and different way. It would be much more helpful to ask yourself how you're creating so many situations to get angry at.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you believing that causes all these frustrations in your life? What are you giving out that attracts in others that they need to irritate you? Why do you believe that to get your way you need to get angry? Whatever you give out comes back to you. The more you give out anger, the more you're creating situations for you to get angry at, like sitting in the corner with a dunce cap out on going nowhere. Does even me saying this bring up feelings of anger? Good. It must be hitting home. And that's something you could be willing to change. Make a decision to be willing to change. That's the decision. I'm deciding to be willing to change. If you really want to know how stubborn you are, just approach the idea of being willing to change. We all want to have our lives change, to have situations that's better and easier, but we don't want to have to change. But how Sway, how you think you're going to be able to do that? We would prefer just to have our lives the way that they are instead of change. So in order to have the change, you got to change from the inside out. We got to change the way we think, change the way we speak, change the way we express ourselves. Only then will the outside change. If you thinking that's just the way I am, or I always got this, or this is always going to happen, guess what? You absolutely right. It's always going to be like that. So we now are really clear on what our problems are and where they came from, right? Now you have to be willing to change. Some people always will have a streak of stubbornness in them. So even now, when you decide to make a change, that stubbornness can come to the surface, and the resistance to changing your thinking is always strong, which can make you temporarily self-righteous, angry, or withdrawn. Some people still do it. Yes, I'm tired of being angry too. Nobody got time for that. Like, it's really a big lesson that you get to choose to be angry or not. You get to stop yourself. Listen, the minute I learned that I ain't have to scream and yell and holler, I stopped screaming and yelling and hollering. I just don't do it. I can't think of a reason to yell unless I'm trying to call somebody that's down the road. I'm not yelling and screaming at people that I love. People gonna always be people. People always gonna be peopling. People gonna be peopling. That's what they gonna do. So while people are peopling, you can decide to get angry over dumb stuff if you want to, or you can make a decision and say, every time I'm around this person, this is always happening with this person. So why don't you just choose not to be around them so that you don't get that? Change is absolutely scary. But that's why that lady wrote the book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. So start with changing how you think, changing how you speak, changing the way you express yourself. Don't express yourself in anger, even if it's something that somebody you're frustrated with. There's always a way to say it nicely. So we're clear that it's happening from here, and now we just have to be willing to change. And I'm willing. It's a ongoing work. It never stops. And so we are at important points of change in our life right now. The world is changing right now. Your paper money is going away. Everything is getting digital. And that's scary. But that don't mean that you don't become a part of it. Every time you decide to change something in your life, you have to release something else. You have to go deeper in yourself to do it. Each old layer has to give way in order to be replaced with a new thought and new thinking. Sometimes it's easy and sometimes a little harder. Sometimes releasing something could be like lifting a boulder, and sometimes releasing something could be like lifting a feather. But the more tenacious you are to hold on to an old belief that you say you want to change, the more it's important for that to be the one that you let go of. And only by learning what it is that you need to do for yourself can you ever be a teacher for somebody else. We're really good teachers when we're doing what we're doing. I read an article that said healers are just people who healed themselves. So teachers are people who may or may not come from joyful households where everything was easy. People who come out and teach us, they usually teach us from what they looked at as failure or a problem, and there is no failure, there's only feedback. You just learn the ways not to do that again. Don't do that no more. So it's so important that we come from, the people who teach, that come from places of pain and suffering, things that we have worked through as teachers, as healers. And now you get to help other people become free from the same thing that you experience. And then most good teachers, good healers are continually working to release even more, to remove even deeper layers of limitation. And this becomes a whole lifetime job. The main difference between how we used to work and releasing beliefs and the way we used to do it is that now you don't have to be angry at yourself to release yourself from the old stuff. You don't have to believe that you're a bad person just because you found something else to change within yourself. We're not bad people. We just ain't know. And we've talked about that mental house cleaning before. The mental work that you do is cleaning house in your mind, going through the mental rooms and really releasing. So let's keep the affirmation, I'm willing to change. Repeat it often. I'm willing to change. You can even touch your throat when you say it so you can feel the vibration of it. I'm willing to change the thought. I'm willing to change this energy. And by touching your throat, you are acknowledging you are in the process of changing. I am willing to change. So be willing to allow the change to happen when they come up in your life. Be aware that where you are, if you don't want to change, is exactly the area where you need to change the most. And just say, I'm willing to change. Universal intelligence and God is always responding to your thoughts and your words. Things will definitely begin to change as you make these statements. So be willing to change your thoughts. And when you change your thoughts, you change your mind and you change your life. Back to you, Mr. Satchel. Back to you, Mr. Satchel.
OMG, 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 Darlaina. Now, why you want to go there today?
Hey, Spirit told me that you needed to hear that. Actually, Spirit told me that I needed to hear that. So
Hello?
while y'all think I'm talking to y'all, I'm really talking to myself.
They didn't get that part. That's the part right there.
Yes.
They didn't get that. They didn't get it.
Yes. Does
Ladies
one
and
have
gentlemen,
to
first of all, let's give it up for Darlaina Rose right there.
poem to
That's really
praise?
good, right?
It just depends on somebody's asking me a question. Does one have to release more than one time when dealing with a deep issue? When you're dealing with a deep issue, there's going to be a lot of layers of release that release one thing at a time, one part at a time. So absolutely, it is not a one-time thing. It is a thing that you will do constantly. And depending on how deep-seated the issue is, it may come up your whole life and you constantly have to release it. So it just depends on what it is.
You beg. y'all, get open y'all mics and say thank you. Just open your mics and say thank you. Can I get y'all to open y'all mics and say thank you to Darlaina today? Can I do that? Hold on. I think they in jail.
Oh,
They right.
you locked them up.
Yeah, I locked them up today. They you know. Let
Thank
them
you,
out.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I really wish I could say that I was special, but I'm really
Go
not.
ahead, Darlaina. Open up.
They
your mic.
muted you, but thank you, Darlaina.
Thank you, Darlaina.
Thank you, Darlaina.
Thank you, Darlaina.
Thank you, D. Rose.
So
That was right on
welcome.
point.
I want to know who needed to hear that today. Anybody in here needed to hear what she
You so
talked about
welcome.
today?
All of us.
Yes.
All of us.
No,
There's
no,
a
no. I
limiting
wouldn't say
belief
I needed
somewhere
to
in your
hear this.
brain.
Don't say all of us. Say I. And you
So
people.
All of
welcome.
us.
Good information.
So
Good
welcome.
information.
So welcome.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thank you.
So welcome.
All I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is take control over your life,
Because if you don't,
or somebody else will.
absolutely.
If they do that, you ain't gonna like it. I know that. Cause see, I can remember when I was in the hospital, they was like, "You on a salt-free diet?" Who, me? Yes, you. And you ain't gonna do nothing. You can't get to the map. You can't do nothing. They took control over you because you gave it to them.
Yes.
You decided not to do your
Yes.
exercise and take your walk this morning. God bless you guys.
Yes.
All I can say is go do an act of kindness.
Yes.
Because if you don't,
Yes. 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 Yes.
you're gonna become that victim, right? So with that
Absolutely.
being said, I love you all. God bless. Take care and take control. Have a great day on
Purpose.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys. Bye, boy.
Came in late, but right on point. Well, I'm so grateful for each of you that decide to spend a little bit of time with me. Hopefully, you will continue to do that. You will like and share and like as we build these communities. It's so important for us to do our work. Thank you, Buddha blessings. Gratitude to you. Poem and praise. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being engaged. It's so important for us to get it, to do the work that we do, to show up for the people that we show up for. Hey, Fatty Rise, I'm so grateful for each person that is doing your work, because when you do your work ripples then out to the world. So keep being the ripple. That one little pebble that you make and the change that you make in your life absolutely ripples out to your family, and then from your family outside of your house to your community, outside your community to your city, from your city to your state, and then before you know it, we're all joined together in making things better in the world for each other and for our families, for our children's children. It is so important that we do that part. And so keep doing the part. Keep knowing that the glass is always half full. You can see it as half empty, but that ain't no way to really be. So see life as the glass half full, and you keep working towards whatever you're working towards. You know, the world needs your gifting, even if you're doing something that somebody else is doing. They don't do it like you do it. They ain't got your sauce like you got. So you keep doing what you do and pour your sauce on it, and it's going to impact the world in a way, amazing way. Like, oh, I'm a life coach. She a life coach too. Oh, I'm a health coach. She a health coach too. It don't matter. It don't matter, because what we know is for each of you, there is a nation of people assigned to you. Well, I use the example of The Secret. The Secret right now has 27 secret teachers. That movie, 27 secret teachers. So 27 teachers teaching the same thing 27 different ways. But some of you are attracted to Michael Beckwith, some are attracted to John Assaraf, some are attracted to Lisa Nichols, Jack Canfield. Everybody is they're saying the same thing. They're just saying it that in their way. And no, that's right, because ain't nobody got your sauce, baby. Tell them, Vern. Ain't nobody got your sauce. What I'm even saying today is not any words that's never been said. These words have been said, but maybe today you heard the words from me that you've been hearing already. That your life that you're living is coming from what you believe. And somebody probably told you that before, and you probably just really didn't get it until today. Choose the life that you want. And then start living it. Baby steps. Because this is what I know. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. And if you don't like it, only you can change it. Remember, you are the only person thinking inside your head. You're the only person that's telling you what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot have. You're the only one in there. No one else is in there. So think a different thought. Buy yourself some personal development books like Think and Grow Rich or The Magic of Thinking Big. Change your thoughts, change your world. And you know you're on the right track when you're emotionally well, when you feel emotionally high, when you feel in joy and love and peace and abundance. When you're feeling that, that's how you know that you're on the right track. Is when you are down and feeling sad and upset, when you know that you are attracting more of that. So, yeah, change is good. All you got to just tell yourself is, I am willing to change. And just feel the vibration in your throat when you say, I am willing to change. I am willing to change. And that is in all areas. It could be your finances, your relationship, the work that you do, starting a business, whatever. I am willing to change. That's all you got to say. I'm willing to change. And just be willing to change. So thank you so much for being here. Please follow, like, and share. Send me all the likes. Tell me that you loved it. Tell me that you want to hear more. I usually do the well-being talk every Wednesday at 9 until 10. And then I'm online every morning at 8 a.m. for the Law of Attraction class. You'll see some advertisements going up about that. So please follow. If there's something that's occurring in your world that you need some help with, I am a certified emotional healer. I'm a life coach and a holistic healer. So absolutely DM me. Go to my stuff. There's links in all kinds of bios to websites and all that kind of stuff so that you can get the things that you need. This is what I know. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. And if that ain't the way you trying to end out this year going into 2023, it's okay to hire a coach. It's okay to get a mentor. It's okay because we are out here so ready. Y'all just don't know how ready we coaches and mentors are. We are so ready to help the world. We are so ready to help you. We are so ready to work with you. God gave us the calling and we've chosen to listen. Those people who are financial coaches, health coaches, life coaches, we are here to help you and serve you. So go get the help that you need. You think you out here alone? Listen, we've been through it. That's why we are who we are. If it wasn't for bad credit, I wouldn't have had no credit at all. But I know what to do with it. I know who to talk to. I know who gonna fix it. And that's what we all got to know too. Use the people that's in your circle. Use the people that's in your circle. You know it's somebody in there that's the best person to talk to about finances, the best person to talk to about how to organize your life, how to organize your house. Some of y'all living in clutter and all kinds of stuff and trying to figure out how come your mind is cluttered. Your mind is cluttered because your space is cluttered. So we have to clean up our world in all areas of our world to live this most amazing life that God has given us. So you have to be, what's happening? Oh, they just done cut me off. Okay. I guess that means. Oh my goodness. They just stay playing with us. I don't even know why they be doing this. Instagram just done clicked me off and told me something. I don't even know what they telling me. Let me see. Let me come up with a new password. They done cut me off and said get a new password. Let's see. ATL 22. I'm so grateful. Whatever is happening, let me just go ahead and fix it. ATL 22. Let me fix that. My goodness. But it's so important for us to do our work, to write our visions, make our visions plain, because it is so important for us to do that. The world is waiting for you and your gifts. We're waiting for you to show up in all of your glory because it's your turn. They say, I got now, you got next. We waiting for everything you got. Everything. So come on, come on, come on. We waiting for you. So have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here. I will talk to you real soon. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Have a great day on purpose. Bye for now. All right. Have an amazing day on purpose. Bye for now.